Can you hear me?
Yes, Ahmed, I can hear you. Can you hear me
Yeah,
as well? Yeah.
yeah, I can hear you. Okay, thank you very much for your time, and you have accepted my request to take part in my research study. So
Yeah.
yep, this discussion is about how the diversity, as I told you, about the inclusion, and how can we improve the employee performance in the UK financial institutions. So, and
Mm.
your response will assist in just getting an idea about the experiences, your perception and opinion of employees on the effect of diversity and inclusion initiative on motivation, engagement, and performance at the workplace environment. Yeah. So I will just ask about your experience, not not the personal questions about your life or anything. So it's just a normal questions. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. So let's get started. Okay. So first of all, I will ask you about your background, your and then about your perception of diversity and inclusion, and after that I will ask you a few questions about the your employee experience, and then as a impact on the motivation and performance, and then about the culture leadership. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So now, what I will ask you first question there.
Yeah.
What is your current job role and the department in which in within the in your organization?
So basically, I'm just working in a compliance officer within the organization, and my role involves ensuring the company to financial regulations and the internal policies. And sometimes I also monitor risk and compliance procedures across the departments.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so and so how long you have been employed in your current organization?
I have been working with the organization for like approximately 6 years. During this time, I have seen several organization changes, and diversity and inclusion has recently become a stronger focus area.
Okay. Sorry, I just ask you for your question first again because my subtitle is turned off from my side. I'm really sorry.
No problem, Mr. Wa.
So I'm just recording that interview for
Mhm.
just my as a for the research submission.
Yeah.
So I will ask you what is your current job role in which department you are working right now?
I told you before, like I work as a compliance officer within the organization. My role involves like ensuring the company for the financial regulation and internal policy, and I also monitors like the risk and compliance procedure across the departments.
Perfect. Okay. So are
Yeah.
you directly involved in or affected by your organization diversity inclusive initiatives?
Yes, I am affected by the diversity and inclusion initiatives, and I have attended several compliance related training sessions, which include diversity and inclusion topics. However, my involvement is mostly indirect.
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
not direct, it's like mostly indirect. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
uh, I will ask you about the diversity inclusion of perceptions. So how would you describe your organization current approach to diversity and inclusion?
So the organization has a formal approach to the diversity and inclusion. Most initiatives like are policy driven and focus on the compliance requirements. So, however, they sometimes lack practical implementations.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what type of diversity and inclusion initiative policies are implemented within your workplace?
Like the organization provides diversity training and follows equal opportunity policies,
Okay.
and it also promotes the fair practices. These initiatives are mainly structured around the compliance standards.
Okay. So how
Yeah.
effectively are these initiatives communicated to employ across in the different environment, different
So
departments? Sorry.
different departments. So this communication like is formal and structured. Information is usually shared through the official channels such as emails,
Mm.
mails, and the training sessions.
Yep.
However, employee engagement with this communication is limited.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So now I'll ask you: can you share a personal experience where a diversity and inclusion initiate influence your work, environment, or performance?
Yeah, I have observed that the diversity and inclusion policies improve fairness in the performance evaluation,
Okay,
and employees felt that the decision were more transparent, and this created a sense of trust within the organization, as per my perspective. Yeah.
okay. So, do you feel like your organization generally promotes inclusivity across all the hierarchical levels?
I think it still needs improvement within the organization. While policies exist, they are not always the
Okay, okay,
reflected in everyday practices. So this can create a gap between the policy and experience.
okay. And
Hmm.
how does your team respond to diversity and inclusion initiatives? Do they enhance the collaboration or create challenges?
I don't think so. It's like team response is generally neutral. Like some employees support diversity and inclusive initiatives, while others see it as a formal requirements, and this affects the overall impact.
Okay, perfect. And okay, so how have diversity and inclusion programs influenced your motivation or job satisfaction?
Mm, Diversity and inclusive initiatives have had a minimal impact on my motivation. I believe that they need to be more practical to the influence employees, and greater engagement would improve outcomes.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
And have you noticed any impact of inclusion on productivity or innovation in your team?
The impact on innovation is limited, while the inclusive encourages discussion. It's not fully embedded in the team culture,
Hmm.
but more effort is needed to see the significant change.
Yep. Okay. And which
Hmm.
element of diversity and inclusion, like I'm talking about the elements like leadership, sport, representation, culture, which one is most
Hmm.
affect employee performance?
Mm, I think so. The organization culture is most important factor.
Okay.
Without a supportive culture, initiatives remain superficial, and the culture drive employees' behavior. That's the thing.
Okay. And okay,
Yeah.
so I will ask you about the two, three questions about the culture and the leadership.
Yeah.
Just 2 3 minutes more.
Yeah.
How do managers or the leaders in your organization promote diversity and inclusion?
So the leaders mainly promotes the inclusion by following policies. They ensure compliance with organizational guidelines. However, proactive engagement is limited in that.
Okay. And in your opinion, how important is the leadership commitment to the success of diversity and inclusive initiatives?
Leadership is commitment is very important, but not always visible. Like leaders need to actively demonstrate inclusive behavior, and this would make their trust more, strengthen their trust.
Okay, perfect. And at the last, what barrier challenges prevent your organization from achieving genuine inclusivity?
So the major barrier which we are causing, it's a genuine commitment. Some initiatives appear to be implemented for the compliance purpose only,
Okay,
and the organization should focus on the cultural change rather than the compliance. Employees need to feel genuinely included, and this will improve the engagement and the performance. Yeah.
okay. So thank you very much. Just that's it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem. I was just leaving for my job, so I just thought we could have a short interview.
Yeah,
So,
thank you
yeah,
very
that's
much.
perfect. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Bye
Yeah,
bye.
you too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.